Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody, all Ugandans, everybody, peace-loving people. I love you. Thank you so much. Come and join me as I'm going to talk about a few, not so long.
Welcome to Uganda. Buno obwavu gavumenti ya Museveni bwetukubye bannayuganda bannange nga ekikoze kagenderere mu luzungu twandikiisenga government sponsored poverty nga gavumenti yennyini nnyini yereetedde abantu embeera ezibakuba obwavu bwe bati bwe batalabangako bwe bataalimu emirembe n'emirembe gyonna. Museveni embeera gye yatusangamu yali nnungi nnyo okusinga ku mbeera gy'atutaddemu olwaleero. Obwavu buno gavumenti bwetaddewo yatunda ebintu byonna ebbye buli kintu kyonna omusolo gwonna bano abasajja ebintu bye batukoze bitutuusizza ku ssanti nno ffe nga bannayuganda ekkooti y'abantu ekirabyenga bano abasajja tebajja kulekeraawo okukola bintu bino, tebajja kulekeraawo kutukubya bwavu paka ensi yaffe ffenna lwetutama tuwaŋŋanguke tuddukemu oba tuffe tuggwewo oba tufuuke baddu nga tulomba bulombi. Bwe tutyo ne tusalawo nti ye Museveni ne banne baabulire obukulembeze bwa Uganda bunnambiro. Baabulire obukulembeze bwa Uganda n'ensonga ezikwasaganya ku nsonga z'eggwanga babiveeko. Ebyo buli munnayuganda wenna kubiriza munno ffenna tusituke omulundi gumu ffenna twogere ekigambo kimu Museveni batuviire mu ggwanga lyaffe tetugenda kugumiikiriza mbeera eno embeera tebeerangawooko mu abaana bato abaakazaalibwa Uganda bweti si bwe yali. Sigegana amalwaliro bwe gaali enguudo si bwe zaali buli kintu si bwe kyali ono omusajja ayonoonye byonoone byonna baganda bange. Kale kino mbakubira omulanga kino nga kikwatako wenna wooli oyina okwenyigira mu mbeera eno egobaganya bano abasajja Museveni ne banne mu bukulembeze bwe beerimbiseemu.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. So there I go. Today, I'm going to talk about my topic today is emancipate yourself from slavery. I think that is where we are going. And now I'm going to talk about the word people power in action, because people power is going to be our savior. The reason I'm speaking about this, there is imminent constitutional amendment which is coming that is going to allow somebody from NRM to be handed over power, and that person is more likely to be Muhoozi. So our constitution has become something that they break, they misuse. The misuse is meant to keep our country safe. Why I'm talking about this, that makes me sad, that Uganda, as we speak for now, we are at 59 years after being independent, but we have got nothing to show. The second reason is that the population is growing up. As we stand for now, the population is 45 million. Uganda is becoming too small for that sort of population. As we stand for now, 70% of Ugandans, they are unemployed, and that comes in the bracket of the age, between the age of 19 to the age of 35. And then another key point, Uganda has never seen any peaceful transfer of power or any transfer of power of any sort. These are very significant points. Another point, Uganda is under captive and under militarization. So Uganda is about military, it's about UPDF, everything military. You can see what is happening in Karamoja. Another point, we have had 6 general elections so far, and all of them, they have gone into Alopam. They have gone into petition. 2001, Besigye contested. 2006, Besigye contested. 2011, Besigye versus Museveni. All these elections, they went into the court. And then 2016, it was Mbabazi. And then he went to the High Court. And then we had that recommendation of electoral reform that has never happened. And 2021, last year, most recent, we had to go to the court. So when these are key points, another key point for me that makes me sad every day, 19 women die every day, 330 children die every day, 21 Ugandans die in brutality for the security, 21 Ugandans, they die in fatal accident. So roughly, Uganda, we lose more than 600, nearly 600 people every day in avoidable circumstances. So as I'm speaking to you, I'm going to talk about my videos. They don't go too long because I want to allow other people to come and speak. My key points today, as I've told you those key points, we have to emancipate ourselves from slavery. This song was sung by so many people, Jamaicans, Bobby Marley, because Africans were being sold. And then one of the key words, they are like, can't you do anything? Fellow Ugandans, never allow this to happen. Never allow Moho's project. Never allow the family succession. Uganda, we should go into election. The people's voice should stand, and people, they should make their voice, and the voice and their choice should be respected. I take you back to our constitution, Article 1, verse 1. It says power belongs to the people. This is the moment, fellow Ugandans. We need to show that power belongs to the people. Yes, we have shown. Yes, we have the power. But this is the moment, as I'm going to talk through, how are we going to show our people power? When people, they stand up, the guns cannot win. Dictators cannot win. Millionaire cannot win. Supernatural cannot win. What matters is the power of the people to stand. We've had it in Uganda. We have tested that. We had the Kayunga. People, they stood up. And then people, they stood up against when Irumbi was under captive. We have had it tested. We have tested the power of the people. When we lose our fear, they will lose their power, fellow Ugandans. It is up to us to identify their strength. And we are going to attack their strength without weapons. But we are going to attack with our weakness because the power belongs to the people. We need a plan and a strategy for Ugandans. For us to go back into the villages and tell the people what is going on. Things are not good. Things that shouldn't be like there. This is what you were entitled for. So we are going to put there a plan and a strategy because we are going to use the word people power. This is the time that people power is going to come into action. We have to stop lamenting. We have to be action now. Mpawa atali Kampala. Situka tugende. For Uganda, this is the moment. For me, it's not a moment to blame anybody. For me, it's a moment to rise up, to stand up and face what is in front of us. Because of the key points I've told you, we have never seen any transfer of power. The population is going very high. Uganda being sold like slaves. We have got the biggest high unemployment. We are under captive. So fellow Ugandans, it is our duty. That is what our constitution says. Your duty as a citizen is to defend the constitution. If our constitution article 01A says that somebody has got to be born in Uganda, Muhoozi was not born in Uganda. Is our constitution, when it used to say 102B, that somebody over the age of 75 should not be a president? If our constitution, it says that any serving military person should not become as a president of Uganda, that person shouldn't go. Fellow Ugandans, we have been let down by these people. I want to take you back. These are the people who stood in the power of the people. 2011, they sat on what? They sat. 2011, these are the people. These people, they sat in Mbale court and they delivered their ruling where they said that it was okay to amend the age limit. These are the people that we should never forget. You can see them very clearly. These are the people, and then we have got people who went to defend our constitution. That is what we should be doing. And these are the people, if I could bring them to you closely, these are the people who stood in our way. The ruling that time, it was 5 in the favor of 4. That was too close to be called. So, fellow Ugandans, I'm taking you back. Where were you when our age limit was lifted? That seems to be the last safety pin we had in our constitution. So our plan and strategy, number 1, we have to identify what is Museveni's best strength. Obviously, his strength is money. He's buying everybody. They are giving money. They are doing whatever they can. And in Uganda, they are weak-hearted and they are taking all that money. So we have to look at where does that money come from? Who borrows Museveni money? Business people like Buffett, our organization like IMF, World Bank. So what is that? Where do they get their what? Thanks, Pam. Where does that money come from? We are going to attack. It's no time now to stand back. I'm going to tell you, this is civil. I'm talking about civil disobedience. I'm going to talk about, we have to identify his strong point. They have identified our strong point. Our strong point is our president, Robert Chagulanyi. Now they limit his movement. You can see they don't allow him on television, on the radio. They don't allow him to work. So they are containing our president. So what are we going to do to their strength? We have to look at the money, where the money is coming from. We have to look at these people like Matia Kasaja. We have to look at all these people. Where is this money coming from? We have to report, like we talked about Enrique Penet, because the more money that goes around, circulate, that is how Museveni is gripping on power. So we have to identify, and we have to go for his best strengths. For now, we don't have like money. Where can we go for his best strength? We can go for the word compromise, because what is happening that Museveni is using now money to compromise cultural leaders, the religious leaders. How can we go against that? The power is within us. This is within us. Without the gun, we can revolt. Okay, that is number 1. We can boycott. We can boycott their television, their radio. We can boycott Sunday services. We can boycott those Juma. We can boycott those religious meetings, prayers. We can boycott to give in money. You can hear Pastor Bujingo how much he's earning. You can hear when we were in the lockdown, how much they were asking their congregation to keep that money. So that is what they call people power. The power is within us. We can carry on with the activism. We are doing all sorts of activism everywhere. Social media, demonstration. We are doing activism everywhere, wherever people we are. We have got the Twitter bomb. They are doing very well. We've got the propaganda. We have got the social media. We have the bloggers. So we have to go. We have to do this. You have to find your position. If you can do all this, you are welcome. Then we have to do civil education. Let's go back in the village. Forget about Kampala. That is metropolitan. Forget about urban cities, urban areas. Let's go in the rural area and tell those people what's happening in Uganda, what shouldn't be happening, why the prices are rising, why the social issues are not there, why they deserve to get public services, why they deserve their children to have good education, why they deserve to know that their loved one, when they are killed in Saudi Arabia, they need to know all the details. So these we are giving people comfort, but we are winning them over because they need to know, if I vote NUP, do I go? What do I get from NUP? Where do we go? And then we need civil obedience. Civil obedience, one of my heroes is Rosa Parks. We need to have that within us. We need to be rebel. We need to disobey. When they say that Mohozi is going to become a president, we need to disobey that. Based on our constitution, that is illegal. We need to disobey when MPs, they go and vote for Mohozi to become a president. We need to say to them, no, you don't come back to the village. We need to disobey. That is what they call legal. It's legal. It's not criminal. That is how people, they get confused. Because what dictators they do, they turn their failures into shyness. But when they are shy, when they're embarrassed, they don't tell you. How they do it, they start intimidating people that, okay, if you talk about failures, then you are evil. This is why Museveni says Bobby Wine that he's enemy of Uganda, because he goes abroad and tells them what is happening. So they are turning on their failures as embarrassment. They turn their failures as criminal. Look what happened in Orania. He died of poison. Then they say, okay, so and so, you apprehended, you have to give statement. Embarrassment. What they do, they get people like Gashumba. When Museveni was put under the cosh to bring his academic papers, they banned Makerere University. And then Gashumba justified it and said, stop asking Museveni. Stop asking Museveni his academic papers, because if you continue, he's going to do this. Those are wrong justification, but that is what dictators do. Yesterday, I heard a pastor, is it Serwada, saying that political prisoners should be released. I wasn't convinced, but at least he said something. In the UK, the head of Protestant church, he called on the UK that it was not fair to send people to Rwanda. So we are lacking voice of reason. So within us, we should have civil education. This is how Serbia they have come through. This is how Egypt they have come through. Civil education of anything. People, they know that if there is tear gas, what can we do? Cover your nose. If you are going for demonstration, go with your raincoat, go with your power bank. These are small things that you take for granted, but these are the things that build confidence to people. If you want them to come and demonstrate, give them give them a scenario and give them a solution. That, for instance, if the police comes, we on City Square, what do? Everybody don't run away, just lie down. Everybody bring a flag of Uganda, raise a flag of Uganda. Everybody sing. Let us make whistles. Let us make these positions. So it is within us. It is the people power that we have been talking about. Then we have got parliamentary to lobby the parliament that what they are doing is wrong. You must say they are not doing anything, but they can go as far as they are allowed to. They cannot do whatever we want them to do. Their duty, they can do it. But for us, we have to do it. People power, we have to do it. So we must have this civil obedience. It's not illegal. It's not criminal. We cannot allow people to do whatever they are going to do. The video I played for you was about poverty, how Uganda has slid into poverty, how Uganda has become the third poorest country in the whole world, how Uganda, the debt is going down and down, and each Uganda you are needed to pay 1.5 million per head towards our national debt. So our strategic positions, we have already taken these strategic positions. We already on Twitter, we have got good propagandists, poor propagandists, we got people on social media. We need to take more and more. We need to take positions into these culture position, religious position, because what Museveni does compromises these people, cultural leaders and religious leaders. And these are the people who come and tell you, don't fight Museveni. You heard what Bujingo said. If you hear Muhozi like that, don't go for demonstration, because people, they have got already conviction in their heart that when a pastor says something, I should not disobey. No, we need to start attacking that, because that is where Museveni is comfortable. We need to start attacking that. I'm not one of them. I'm a Buganda person. I'm not one of them that if we say something about Buganda is wrong. No, it's not wrong. If something is going on wrong, something should be talked about. You should make a comment. So, fellow Ugandans, we have to emancipate ourselves from slavery. Where we are now, we are into slavery. But we have to emancipate ourselves through slavery. We have to let all these chains around us. We have to leave all this fear around us. We have to go and face up what we have to face. We don't know what is going to happen in Uganda. I had so many people say that if Mkosi was coming, I was going to do whatever I am. But let me tell you, this is the moment. Don't allow it to happen. Never accept that. Don't say that I didn't know that. Don't say that I wish we could return back to the clock. It's today that we have to face this and make our noise and say no, never. Uganda for civil obedience. The reason is one way. Uganda is a republican country. We are not a monarchy. That is within our constitution. Uganda is a republic. When it is a republic, we should not have succession through the monarch, through the family. So that is civil obedience. That gives you impotence. That gives you courage to go and demonstrate, to go and say whatever you're gonna say. You have to start somewhere. So we have to go at Museveni's strength and say that where our strategy. Let us say that it's going to be countrywide. Let us have Kunga, because they haven't got the resource, the manpower. They haven't got the army, the police all over the country. But if we go to Kampala, we are done. If we go in the cities, we are done. But if we do it city by city, kunga, 40 people per city, we can overwhelm them. One of the strategy we can do is to overwhelm them. That you see, Masaka starts, Rusakaramese goes, Chigezi goes, Kabare goes, Arua goes, and we can see. You saw when they wanted to tow Bobi Wine's car when he was in campaign from Moyo. They couldn't do it because they haven't got resource. They had to bring the vehicle in the night, not because they wanted to do it in the night, but the vehicle for a start wasn't there. The vehicle couldn't even come. The fuel wasn't there. Let us, when you talk about politics, we are going to go into numbers. We have to count the numbers. How many police they have got? How many fuel tank they have got? How much bullets they have got? So it's something like that that we are going to look at when we look at plan and strategy. It's not asking a lot, but we have to emancipate ourselves from slavery. Fellow Ugandans, I'm a woman. I don't accept domestic violence. You like it or not. You raise your hand, I call the police. You shout, I call the police. You do what? But there's fellow Ugandans who are happy being there, like you are like drums, poo 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 every day. Kagundi kaluwerera poo 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 every day. No. That shouldn't happen. So the strategic point. When we look at this, we have to look at the point that we are trying. Don't let this happen. Please, don't let this happen. How are we? We are going to emancipate ourselves from slavery. Uganda is our country, so we are into slavery. Uganda is under captive. But the word people power is the word that is going to rescue us. You should not lament. but should be action. The thing is that we take it, we continue to sit down and say and watch. When I was in Uganda, something that I saw, that one of the barriers was culture, one of the barrier was religion, that people they come. But let me tell you, it's up to us to take it on. When I look at NRM, how they are doing, this man is called Felix. Felix is the Okumu. This is the man who said that when Oranya died, after Oranya, then they're gonna come and bring that bill into the parliament. So that bill has already been accepted by Electoral Commission, that they're gonna bring it up that the biggest number, or the party has got the biggest number, should choose the president. Actually, that is not bad. UK uses that, but the thing is that is the motive behind. Is the motive behind. Fellow Ugandans, I want you to ask yourself, were you there? Did you hear that? What did you do? Ask yourself, were you there? Did you hear that? What did you do? It is this time we have to speak to our neighbors. It is this time you have to say to your grandchildren, I want you to see change of power. I want you to see change of power from military to civilian. Even if they resign, it is not as good as having somebody who is fresh. We have our president, Robert Kyagulanyi. For me, Robert Kyagulanyi is the most powerful person in Uganda. I will tell you why. Some people, they say Museveni. No, Museveni is not powerful. Robert Kyagulanyi doesn't have the army, but he's doing all the things. Robert Kyagulanyi doesn't use the money. There is National Unity Platform, he's the president. Robert Kyagulanyi has been stopped to work, but he still lives a decent life. Robert Kyagulanyi has got a stable marriage. Everybody can see that. Thank you, President, for introducing your children to the culture, to their roots, where they're coming from. That really made my day. Thank you so much. And I'm going to teach mine. They have to learn that, because that matters a lot. We become principled by our background. It really adds up. And that really, I can see it washes away the notion. So that is wonderful. And all the children of Robert Kyagulanyi, thank you for your effort. Thank you for demonstrating that. So Robert Kyagulanyi is stronger. Museveni is a coward. If Museveni has been elected 6 times, can he walk on the street? Why would he use a convoy of 38 vehicles? Why would he, when you see now what is going on in Uganda, the Speaker of the Parliament comes with her own food next to that. When they had, is it dinner for the Muslims last week, all the food and the drinks were left on the table, untouched. What does that tell you? This is not where we want to go for Ugandans. It is people power. It is our power. The power is within us. For Ugandans, situka tugende, musituke tugende. It's our power. Civil obedience can be one of our plan, can be one of our tactics, and say no civil obedience. We need to stand up. We need to be resilient. We need to be persistent. We need to be consistent. The more we are consistent, the more these people, they are going to become weak and weak. We need to persevere. Some people, they have gone off. Some people, they have gone off to get money. So fine, they have gone. So sorry, they have gone. But we need to persevere. Not everybody is going to come. Not everybody is going to join. But when your heart feels so strong, what I want about Ugandans, so many Ugandans, they say they want change, but they don't want the way how you are going to attain change. When we are faced by a dictator, people, they should be able to see it. Yes, we have a dictator. The police will come in, judiciary will come in, no institution will work. It's their money instead of it's our money. However, a group of organized people, a group of people who are coordinating, a group of people who love each other, a group of people who believe in themselves, a group of people with the confidentiality that you are not going to leak out the information is a group that we want. That group can be 5 people, but they can make a difference. I'm telling you, we have seen the fruits, things that they can change. So fellow Ugandans, for me, I would say never accept that, never let it happen. People, I can ask you that. Please never accept this to happen. Not when we are watching. We would rather die trying, fellow Ugandans. We have to emancipate ourselves from this slavery. Uganda is a captured state, you like it or not. People, they cannot do what they want. We got for voting. Another strategy is to vote. But as we stand for now, the voting now, we saw what happened. But we shall continue to vote because it's our right. For Ugandans, when you read our constitution, it's full of our rights. Our rights to vote, our rights to defend, our rights to speak out, our rights to freedom of expression, our rights to join any political party, our rights to demonstrate, our rights to congregate. So we have everything down stipulated very well. Unfortunately, we have a dictator in power who is not going to accept that. What they are doing, they are flirting with our constitution. They have taken away the term limits. They have taken away the age limit. They will not accept electoral reforms. If we have electoral reforms today, what they are planning shouldn't be doing. But you know what, fellow Ugandans? They can plan, but God has got another plan. When Magufuli, they chose this current president, they chose to please her ethnicity because she comes from a small group. So they were making her vice president to please that ethnic group. But however, God had other ideas. And when Magufuli died, the woman had to be the president. So in Uganda, there is that chance that it can happen before this bill goes out. But however, let us look at ourselves. People power. People power. Let us make actions. Let us stand up and say no to money. Let us stand up and say no to amendment of our constitution, even if they do it. But the power in the people, if we stand up, they will not do it. If we make life so difficult for these people who are going to vote for this, they will not do it. I'm telling you, they are human beings like us. They have flesh and blood. They have minds like us. We can make a difference, fellow Ugandans. If we let this happen, we are going to regret. The chance is there. We are not looking into this to go to 2026. If we go there, what can we do? We are not looking into this to see a monarch, a succession of a president. What we need is a peaceful transfer of power. So emancipate yourself from this slavery of that you fear. You fear you're going to die on the street. You fear it's not possible. Emancipate yourself into this mental slavery where you think it will never be. It's the dictator. He's going to walk away. If you say so, it's going to happen. As soon as you are free, we are into Europe where people, they had to fight for their rights. Americans, Martin Luther had to say, I had a dream, and Obama 208, she did. Mahatma Gandhi had no choice. He had to get off the English people by poop on their veranda. You can see the war in Syria. It's about demarcation because the France and English, that is the way they demarcated that. You can see people in Afghanistan, Iraq, they got rid of these people. So what don't you want? Nelson Mandela got rid of this Deboa. Mugabe has gone. So many people, they have gone. So what about we Ugandans? Why are we accepting this? It is something that has been cooking. It is something that people, they fear to talk about. But if you fear to talk about, Does it go away? No, it's not going to away. Is it right to talk about it and you tackle that? That's the way to go. Let people brainstorm, sit down and think about how are we going to do this? Our tactic, revolt. Our tactic, vote. Our tactic, boycott. Our tactic, outspoken. Our tactic, activism. Our tactic, civil education. Our tactic, civil disobedience. Our tactic, robbing the parliament. Our tactic, defend our constitution. Those tactics, they are for defending our constitution. Our constitution tells us our duty number one is to vote, register and vote and defend your constitution. And the power belongs to the people. Once we lose our fear, they will lose their power. We cannot wait to be driven by them. They have got the guns, but we have to find plan, tactics to overcome their strength. We have to identify them. What is their strength? What Museveni does, Museveni goes by decapitation. Decapitation means that the head is off. That is what they do, decapitation. They go for the head. If they're talking about blogger, they go for big head. They go for Chaguran, NUP, they go for the big head. That is what they are doing and they are successful. How are we going to do to protect our heads, our leaders, that Museveni is not going to come and take them away? It's not going to come and compromise them away. For Ugandans, nothing is too small, nothing is too big. At this moment where we are, we have to let us be hungry. People power, we are hungry. Them, they are comfortable. They have got the power, but we are chasing them. Right now, it's we who are hungry. They had the power for 36 years. We never had the power for 36 years. So it's our hunger to have a transfer of power from military to civilian. It's our hunger. Ugandans, our hunger, we need to be hunger and hunger. We need to be hungry and hungry. We haven't eaten food, so we want to be hungry and hungry. So for that reason, let everybody, Kunga, share everybody. Thank you, Rita. Yes, we have hunger and we are full of anger. Thanks, Musa Chigato. Thank you, Chirunda. Pamkawa, my class monitor. Thank you for the headlines running. It makes my life easier. Tumsime. Thank you. Godfrey, Wamwalala, Kugonza. Thank you. Jeff Omulanga, Joseph, Kugonza, Alice Nambalira, Nambazira, Bana Kasulu. Thank you so much. I leave other people to do their lives. I'll come back. Is it tomorrow? I don't know. My palm cow will allow me. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. And please, the power is within us. Let us continue and escalate and demonstrate our people power. Let them feel it. Let us go with them toe to toe. Is our strength. They haven't got it. They haven't got the number. We won election by 54.1. They know it. They had to use the army. They have to rig. They have to put people under pressure like EC chairman. So it is within us. So let us show the people power. Let us demonstrate and let us build on one-to-one every day. Let us not waste time about commenting what so and so said. For me, I haven't got that time. Salute, people power, our power. NUP everywhere, everywhere, NUP. People power. Emancipate yourself from slavery. People power. Salute.